Well, with summertime comes travel, vacation, eating out, and inactivity due to the heat outside. All form a great combination for weight gain if you're not careful.
But that isn't the only reason you're not shedding pounds this summer. There's actually a scientific reason with the changing of the seasons. And joining us now to fill us in on why this happens is Dr. Lori Eanes.
Dr. Lori, pleasure to see you.
Hello, Brittany and Chad.
It's been a little too long. I'm glad you're here to talk about this. So,
Yes.
you know, there was a conception for a long time that summertime would actually be a great time to get outside, that we're more active, we're going to be shedding pounds, but that's not really the case. Is that right?
Well, yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we talk about, how come we haven't been able to lose weight during the summer months, we all know that diet and exercise play the most important role in that. But what we don't realize is that our environmental temperatures affect our metabolism.
Okay.
So one of the things, in the wintertime, our body shivers in order to create heat, and by doing so, it burns more calories.
That makes sense.
Of course,
Okay.
you know this.
Okay.
Yeah, and so when it's hot outside, then our body has to burn more calories to produce sweat and disperse heat and cool off the body. So I'm going to ask you, do you know what one of the things that we do during the summer months that really takes away that process, that we don't burn as much? Anything that you can think of that we do?
Air conditioning. I'd
Well,
imagine being in air conditioning, getting in a swimming pool, and doing things
you
like
hit
that.
it right on the head, right there. It is the air conditioning in our homes.
Way to go, Chad.
Bam.
Exactly. Our cars and our workplaces that actually takes away this natural burning of calories that we do in relationship to heat outside. And there's been studies that have shown us that.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did our seasonal patterns begin to change? And I mean, how are we affected by it?
Well, you know what? It hasn't always been the case. Since the 70s, the number of homes with air conditioning has increased from 37% to 70%.
Wow.
Wow.
And we've also seen an alarming rate of obesity during that time. Now, I'm not suggesting that air conditioning is the only reason for this.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's also been during that time that we have disrupted our natural patterns of living, including altering our food as well as our environment.
Right, okay. Well, now we're starting to get into where it's starting to be a little cooler, maybe not using the air conditioning as much. Are there things that we can do to maybe boost that metabolism, get ourselves back on that natural pattern as we head into fall?
Well, I'm going to say, while we still have these warm days, take time to sit in the sun.
Okay.
We often don't do that. We're always so busy on the go that we don't take a few minutes to sit in the sun and warm up our bodies.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that we can do. The reason is because when you warm up your temperature, you increase your temperature, you decrease your appetite.
Huh, I didn't know that.
What?
I didn't know that.
So
okay.
think about how much time we spend in air-conditioned environments now, since the 70s.
That's true.
That, we have such a hard time doing that. So the other thing that we can do is keep our homes a little bit warmer,
Okay.
our cars a little bit warmer, and it's even suggested that in the wintertime that we keep our homes even cooler so that our
So that we
bodies,
shiver a little more.
exactly, our bodies have to burn more.
Wow.
And it's also suggested as well that when we exercise in colder environments, so whether that's skiing or whether that's a colder gym, we burn more calories also.
Didn't know that.
That's great advice. Well,
Yes.
okay, and you also work with Jan Laird. You guys are talking cooking classes.
Yep.
Tell us about those.
We sure are. We've got Let Your Food Be Your Medicine.
Okay.
And I think our upcoming class is September 20th that we'll be doing. And what I do is I show you how to improve your health by simple living.
Okay.
This is what we're talking about, simple living, reducing some of the things that we have changed or altered in our past. And also we select and prepare foods that help us do that.
That's great.
So that's how we're going to do it. We're going to just change one thing at a time, starting with our environment
That's
as well as our
great.
foods,
Yeah.
and then improve our health.
Fantastic.
Right.
Well, Dr. Lori, thank you so much for coming
Always
in.
a pleasure.
I got to tell you guys, take these classes. They fill up fast. So we will have links for jancancookforyou.com at our website at casa.com under the Style tab. We'll see you again. Don't be a stranger, Dr.
I'll be
Lori.
back.